Divination is a way of magic that gives you a glimpse into the future. So, Ronin tried to use it to learn the truth. A truth he had to tell Verisa. And what is that truth, you might be wondering? Well, the truth of the matter was that they would have twins. A quite unusual occurrence for elves, and a first-time thing for a human-elven relationship. Now, Verisa was delighted to hear those news, and to Ronin in that position, she was as beautiful as ever. Yet, he was worried. The love was forged through fighting countless enemies. First, when they attacked Grim Bateau. Second, when they fought against the Burning Legion and the Scourge. Both of them have lost their homes and their families, and many a times they thought they lost each other. Despite the many objections that came from both of their races, well, the Elven Ranger and the Human Wizard decided they would not be parted again. And so they made another step in their relationship. But with all that, Ronin felt alone once he knew of his family's death at Anderhall. But he thought that the emptiness in his heart was a chance for Verisa. He did not know his family much. But she knew hers. She grew up with them. Ronin and Verisa would discuss about his worries and how they had the help of a midwife that took a liking to Verisa. Until in Ronin's mind, a link was formed. A familiar voice called to him, telling him he has need of him once more. Ronin spoke outland the name of the one calling to him, Crosses. All cheer from Verisa disappeared instantly. Crosses called once more for his help, but Ronin refused, saying that he's done his share and that he can't leave his wife alone. Verisa wanted to know what the dragon wanted from him, but Ronin saw that it doesn't matter. Yet Crosses did not falter. He burned images upon Ronin's mind. And now Ronin felt and knew about how the Lord of Time had connected with Crassus, and the images and every knowledge that Crassus had at that point. Now Ronin and Verisa were both able to feel what the Dragon Mage felt, because he decided it's a good idea to imprint that thing on Verisa. The Dragon Mage, as all, has his own ways of doing things. This experience took only a few seconds, but Verisa nearly fainted from it. Ronin conjured up the image of Crassus and refused him, telling him to take his quest to someone else. The Dragon Mage fell silent, but Verisa was the one to speak and tell Ronin he needed to leave immediately. Ronin, of course, protested, because he would not leave his pregnant wife alone. But she argued, and she finally convinced him to leave and accept the task from Crassus. Now convinced, Ronin conjured up the image of the Dragon Mage again, and asked him where they would meet. But darkness enveloped Ronin, and he found himself in the same place Crassus had made his lair. Crassus greeted his old friend and pointed him towards a pack of rations. Ronin observed that Crassus had made his lair pretty close to his house, and noted that they were basically neighbors. The Dragon Mage instead remarked that it was a good thing they were so close, since teleporting him wouldn't exhaust the Dragon Mage. Because where they would be going, they would need to fly. So, Crassus stretched himself into his dragon form, Corilstraza, and he took the human wizard on his back. Now, on the dragon, Ronin fell asleep a few times, yet he always remained in his seat. He knew that Crassus had a hand in this. While waking up, he saw that the sun was setting. He wanted to ask the Dragon Mage if he would fly through the night, but Crassus started to descend. Ronin saw that they were above the Great Sea, and that the Dragon Mage was going on an island, barren of all vegetation. Crassus landed upon a platform overlooking a shadowy ruin. Both mages knew that something was amiss, yet neither could tell what it was. As they both went to sleep, Ronin dreamed of his wife and twins, a dream in which Ronin would run after his children. They would cheerfully call for him, until their cheer turned to fear, and a great castle would try to eat them whole. When Ronin woke up from this nightmare, he was met with the image of a ghoul reaching towards him with hungry red eyes. The ghoul grabbed his leg, and rather than make any animalistic noises, it made the sound of his children from his dream. Ronin felt the urge to go towards that voice. But a mighty roar would break the night and the control the beast had over him. With a spell of fire, Ronin would hit the ghoul and engulf him in flames. Crassus called for his human companion, but Ronin did not get the answer in time, as the ghoul jumped him with a wide mouth. But a huge claw came and sent the monster flying away. From the mouth of the dragon, a powerful fire would ignite and finish what Ronin had started. The dragon and the wizard reunited, realizing that there were more of these creatures. But they were lucky for a reason, because Crassus had killed them. The dragon mage concluded that these abominations were not created by the Lich King, but of something more ancient. They both agreed that the island was too dangerous to stand on, and so, taking Ronin on his back, Crassus lifted from the ground once more. Ronin looked back on the island, and it seemed more of those ghouls were coming out and looking at him. Surely, after a night such as this, whatever awaited the pair could hardly be worse. Surely.